So that's why I said that Apokalete could have actually give you a body of a man while you have an Inyuwa completely to fulfill as a woman. You see, you begin to behave like a woman.
Men of Light Media House, empowering the mind, eliminating the world.
And that in Budanda, because you were maltreated, probably, or because a man broke your heart in your past life, out of anger, you said, I would never have anything to do with a man again. Then you became modified instantly. So now you are trying to marry, but that particular modification that has happened in your Inyuwa is affecting your success in your relationship. So for what do we do? We now begin to do what? Do some rituals. To do what? To amend. To revisit, to retake, to change things up for her to be able to marry. So my point is, Apokalete, in the concept of Igbo or the Nani Igbo, is in charge of this, your question. So, but in Omenana, which is subject to each village and each people, they can have their own way of understanding it.
Okay, all right. This will be my last question, very last question.
Okay.
You made mention of people who behave, what do you call it, in the opposite direction. For instance, a man behaving like a woman.
Yeah.
I mean, and by practice, man, woman. In this generation, we call them gays and lesbians. And some others feel uncomfortable being who they are and they want to. Are you saying that there is a possibility that it's a natural affair, that they have no control over it?
So a lot of people will begin to run with it and accept such life. But then we must understand that there are ones. Most of it in this recent time are mental euphoria. People who have mental desires. It's a mental euphoria. It's an issue. It's a mental problem that needs some medical attention.
But medically too, there are people that males with female hormone.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying, that it's a mental. So it also goes back, like I said, if whatever cosmology you practice does not coincide somehow with science, there's a problem. So that's why I said that Apokalete could have actually give you a body of a man while you have an Inyuwa completely to fulfill as a woman. You see, you begin to behave like a woman.
But such can be negotiated.
But yes, in this case, there are things our ancestors do. That's why sometimes, in the olden times, in our forebearers, what they do is, they once a child is better, they check in the future, or get butako, or get if you fell into the family. Now we found out we know about these things. Most of the times, most of these people that behave in this way, in the later stage of their life, are being devoted to Ane. They were mainly priests of Ane, which most people misunderstood as Osu. You understand? Okay. And Osu for example, for the context of people, our listeners, Osu is never what they made it to believe it's to be. Osu, they gave us a story about, they gave the people, because the people who came to, subdue us, they needed a story, they needed a thing to look real for them to subdue us. So the concept of Osu became very handy. But Osu was never a thing to be the way they put it. Nigerian Nollywood, whatever, didn't even help it, because they ran with it without even knowing the truth behind the Osu concept.
Okay, so but we'll leave the Osu today. Osu is not our topic, but
so what I'm saying is because you asked about them, about the particular person, and I'm saying
they are the people now dedicated.
Yeah, dedicated. When this situation came and families could not sort it, they are now dedicated to Ane, to serve Ane. You understand?
Okay.
So that's why most of them then who serves Ane then are not generally married. You understand? Because these are very deep topic. You understand?
Okay. All right.
But it can be fixed.
It can be fixed. Okay. I think that brings me to the very last question. Last question. Don't mind my last question. Here in Enugu State, precisely, I'm aware, I'm sure you are aware, collectively we are aware that the governor of the state, His Excellency Dr. Peter Ndubuisi, have asked traditional practitioners in the states to go and register with the commission. So I think they're paying 60-something thousand or so, if I'm correct. I think so. You have to get a form, pay 60-something thousand. And by implication, allegedly, people believe so that after registration, the person will be mandated to be paying tax to the government. And then another school of thought, some other persons believe that if you're asking a traditional practitioner to pay tax, if his job is supposed to be 100% dedicated to the God, it's not about, it's more like an NGO. Yeah. And now you're asking him to pay tax. What are you expecting from, I mean, you get what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to put it in a way that it sounds nice. Now, do you think traditional practitioners should be registered? That's one question. Then the second, do you think they should be mandated to pay tax?
Well, I'll be frank with you.
Okay.
As an educated person that I am, I believe every citizen should pay tax.
Okay.
Okay. Irrespective of your.
That is individual tax.
Individual tax. Okay. Yes. Registration. It is a very it is difficult. To be honest, I would want to say no. Why would a traditionalist register?
And be regulated by
the government. But at the same time, if you look at what is going on, our people, we do not know the ones who are correct and the ones who are not correct. We don't know the real and the unreal. We don't know the criminals among us. But the problem is, the governor or the government that they require for us to register, the registration still do not checkmate the fake. There's nothing put in place.
The method of determining the real and the
fake. To know who is the real and who is the fake. So if the fake can get the license, probably the fake can still practice.
And still pay tax.
And still pay tax. And still hurt people.
So my question is, the tax is as a traditional practitioner, not as an individual.
Tax as a traditional person.
As a business, seeing it
no,
from the business perspective.
I'm against that because, see, DBSship is not a work. And that is, but I don't blame the government because our people now, they thought, the modern boys who get into being a DBA thought it's a job. Being a DBA is not a job. You need to have a job. You need to have a business.
What's this sport? There's this, if you want to hammer, there's this name they call it.
The Okite.
Okite.
The Okite is not for, I still maintain that Okite, any DBA who practices the Okite thing is a DBA who does not know, has no knowledge in African spirituality. Is still in a very low level of energy concentration. Yeah. So they show off their wealth and claim they made it from the DBSship. So government have to step in there. Oh, as the Nangega. Yeah. But initially DBSship is not a work. DBA is a service to humanity. It's a service to mankind. So what you do is you do your job, just like I have my businesses and other things. Dedicate days I attend to people. Dedicate days I do my work as a DBA. When I do the one I do here to serve the gods, they serve the energies that called me. They serve the Anichukwu and then that called me. I go back to my business. You understand?
Okay.
So for me, I totally stand against the tax as a DBA in terms of as a business, because it will create more problem.
Okay.
Because they will begin to do all sorts of things to raise money. But license, I also will support it because it will help us know.
So much for this wonderful time, and I'm sure you have your question that you want to ask and your contribution. Do you think that DBAs should be registered, especially and regulated by the government. And if DBS are to register and regulated by the government, what capacity do they have, the government, to actually regulate a spiritual affair? That's my question. And then do you also think that they should pay tax as business? And for those who handle it as business, what do you think how do you think we should handle people like that? Because from his explanation, it's never supposed to be a business but service to humanity. So what do we do to regulate people who have abused this office? Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for listening. My name remains Esther Chukwunomso Oka Obasi, the God's Temple. Do not forget to see you same time, same station. We have different segments for you. Thank you. God bless you. Do not forget, corruption is not our nature. Collectively, we can redefine our culture. God bless you. God bless Nigeria. And God bless Ndi Enugu and Ndi Igbo. Bye for now.
Bye.
Men of Light Media House, empowering the mind, illuminating the world.